Madrid says tomorrow night is one of the most important games of the season for Real Madrid as we head up to England to face off against Arsenal in the Emirates Stadium in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. This is leg one of the competition as well. In this video, we'll be previewing the matchup, telling you some of my thoughts about Arsenal coming into this game, my starting 11 that I want to see for Real Madrid, and of course, my official match prediction. But guys, if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button, like the video as well, helps you out a ton, and let's get into it. Coming into this game, first of all, it's been two really, really bad games for this Real Madrid team. And really, the more and more I think about it, this has just been an underwhelming season for Real Madrid. Yes, we are still fighting for La Liga. Yes, we are still in the Champions League. Yes, we are still in the Copa del Rey final. And could we be winning all of them and winning a treble at the end of the year? We could be. But at the same time, when you really think about this season, what was our best win? Was it a bad Man City team that's in fifth right now in the Prem? Was it an Atalanta team, Atalanta, whatever you want to call them? I can never say it, guys. I can never say it. Who's already out of the Champions League? Who was it? Or was it the Atletico Madrid match that we won in the first leg of the Champions League? All three of those are not great wins. Barcelona has absolutely thrashed us this year. We lost to a Liverpool team who lost to PSG, so we can't even talk about that one. We almost lost to a BVB. We lost to an AC Milan team. I can't pinpoint when it actually was the best game for Real Madrid this season. We haven't really had a notable win, and we've had opportunities to have notable wins this season, but it's just not been that year. Now, when it comes to Arsenal this season, right now they're in second. That's probably where they're going to be finishing this season in the Prem. But right now, over the past 5 games, they have 2 wins with 3 draws, and this is a good team overall. But I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest Arsenal fan in the world. I think some of the ways they play are not great, but the one area that they are great at is in the air, and that's something that really concerns me about this Real Madrid team. We've seen it time and time again. It doesn't matter if we're playing a team from bottom of La Liga or if we're playing a Liverpool. It doesn't matter. We are constantly getting absolutely exposed in the air, on set pieces, corner kicks, free kicks. It doesn't matter. We suck. We just suck as a team right now. And the issue, too, with this game, there's going to be no Tchouaméni. I'll be talking about a couple other players who are not in this game, but Tchouaméni is suspended for this game, and he's one of the taller players that we actually have on this team. So expect Rudiger. Rudiger is going to be the tallest guy that we're actually going up against. Now, the one good thing about Arsenal, and yes, they are good, really good at set pieces. I still believe they lead the league in the Prem with set pieces. But when I was doing a little research, they haven't been as good of recently, and I'll tell you a couple of reasons I think why. But taking a look at the screen now, this is from the Premier League, and they said Arsenal set pieces stats before and then after match week 22. On average, between match week 1 and match week 21, they were averaging 0.57 a game with 0.53 XG and then 3.6 shots from set pieces a game. Then you take a look at 5 games from 2022 to 2020. Too many numbers, guys. 22 and 27. They were averaging 0 set piece goals. They had 0.3 XG, and then they were getting 4 shots from set pieces. Now, a couple of reasons I think that this might be happening. First of all, they lost a couple of big players this year. Kai Havertz is gone for them right now. He was their kind of like false 9 striker. He is gone, and he will not be back for them this season. And then just recently, Gabriel, one of the better defenders in the Premier League, is out for the season for them as well. And he is probably one of the best defenders who is actually getting on the heads of set pieces all the time. Corner kicks, free kicks, it doesn't matter. It seems that it's always going to Gabriel. And I believe he has like 15 goals in the last 2 years from set pieces. I might be making that number up. I just saw it just a little bit ago. But Gabriel not being there for Arsenal is a huge, huge blow for them. But when it comes to this game, what can I be expecting in this game from Arsenal? Well, guys, when we take a look at the screen, this is on FotMob, so take it for what it is. This is not the official starting 11, but this is kind of what I'm thinking is going to be the starting 11 for Arsenal coming up tomorrow night. You got Raya in the back. I think he's a good goalkeeper overall. He's not the Spain number 1 goalkeeper, though. That's kind of the issue. I don't think he's great. Lewis Skelly, I think he should be exposed. When you take a look at him, he's only 18. He's going to be going against Rodrigo. Rodrigo should be cooking, man. He's got to be cooking him in this one. And then I'd be lying to you if I knew who this guy was, the Gabriel replacement, because they also lost Calafiori earlier this season. Saliba. He's excellent. I mean, you can't take anything away from him. Fantastic player, maybe a future Real Madrid player. We will see. We'll see him up close and personal. Saliba is the one that actually worries me the most in the back four for Arsenal. I think he's a fantastic player, and he's really limited Haaland in years past. But is he going to be limiting Mbappe? Is Mbappe going to be able to get behind Saliba in this one? That's something that I could kind of see coming too, because they are both Frenchmen. I feel like Kylian Mbappe should be knowing what Saliba's weakness is, but at the same time, could Saliba know what Kylian Mbappe's weakness is? I think it might be easier to know what Saliba's weakness is instead of Kylian Mbappe, but it is what it is. Timber in the back, Odegaard, Partey, and then Declan Rice in the middle. Now, two of those players are very good. I think Declan Rice is very good. I do think he is a back pass merchant a little bit. You kind of see what happens for England in the Euros. I think he's a little overhyped, and there's a lot of England tax kind of on him as well to make him seem a little better than he is. Personally, to me, I'm a bigger Moises Caicedo fan in the Prem, but I do think Declan Rice is still a very good player, and he's very good at finishing too. Very good shooter, and so I do worry about Declan Rice a little in this game. Partey, I'll be honest, I'm not worried about him at all. And then when it comes to Odegaard too, we've all remember Odegaard when he was playing for Real Madrid. The fact that he didn't make it at Real Madrid, don't take that away from him. Not a lot of players make it at Real Madrid, right? He is excelling at Arsenal. I think he's a very good player, but he's still coming back from injury that he had earlier this year. I don't know if Odegaard is going to be getting to the level that Arsenal kind of need him to be in this game. Now, the bigger thing, taking a look at the front three, Martinelli at the left wing, Merino up top at that striker position. Merino, lately, he's been actually getting a lot of goals for them as well. He is not a pure striker, though, at the end of the day. That's kind of the thing. But the biggest news that recently just happened is Bukayo Saka is now back for Arsenal. He actually just got back just a couple games ago, but when we take a look over, he wasn't playing. He got hurt in December. He's only played 24 minutes against Fulham on April 1st, and then only 45 minutes against Everton. Now, I don't know if he's ready. Is he ready to be playing the full 90 minutes? I don't think so. Personally, to me, I do think Saka is a fantastic player in terms of the Prem. I do think, again, the English tax a little bit kind of makes him a little higher than that. I would take Rodrigo over him. I would take Lamine Yamal. I would take Salah over him too. He's still a very good player, don't get me wrong, but he is just coming back from injury. So I'm not the most concerned with that. But he is still a very good player. The player I'm actually kind of interested to see, and I'm very curious to hear from you guys too, who you think might be one of the better players, is actually Trossard. If you guys don't know who that is, he's a fantastic substitute. It's the Belgium. He's 5'9". And here's the thing. He can play everywhere. He can play that striker role, that left wing, that 10, the right wing. I think he's a fantastic player. And just over the weekend, too, he gets a goal against Everton for Arsenal. He's actually one of the players I worry about more. If he actually gets a start over Martinelli on the left wing, look out for that. I would be a little nervous, especially if Lucas Vazquez is starting over there. But I think a couple players, again, to watch for: Saka, Rice, Odegaard, Saliba, and then my biggest sleeper, don't sleep on him, is Leonardo Trossard in this game. Now, when it comes to Real Madrid in this game, first of all, a couple different things coming into this game. We have a couple players that are out, and for a couple different reasons. First of all, Andre Lunin is out. He picked up an injury, but we do have good news. I will be showing you very soon. Courtois is back in the starting 11. Expect him fully ready to go. He said it himself. He is ready to go. I expect Courtois to getting the start at goalkeeper. Ferland Mendy is still not back for this Real Madrid team. And then Dani Ceballos is still not back with this Real Madrid team. But if you guys don't remember the last time we were in Champions League against Atletico Madrid, unfortunately what happened is Tchouaméni picked up a yellow card, which means Tchouaméni is suspended for the first leg of the Arsenal versus Real Madrid match. So we have no Tchouaméni in this one. That is a huge loss because, first of all, the versatility that we've actually seen from Tchouaméni, whether it's playing that center back position, whether it's the CDM position, the versatility plus he's lately actually been pretty good on some of the set pieces in defending that a little more than anything. Rudiger has still kind of been a liability this year, and we need Rudiger to kind of step it up. But Tchouaméni being out is a huge blow for this Real Madrid team. Now, coming into this game, before I tell you about the starting 11, there was a couple things I was seeing on Twitter as well, guys. And if you're not following me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. Link is in the description at Dally_FC on Twitter. First of all, couple of things that I saw. A couple of reports were coming out there saying possibly we will be seeing David Alaba getting the start at the left back position. If it's me, and I want to hear from you as well, I don't even want us to be considering that. I mean, I don't think he has the pace. I think he did have a good cross in the last one for Real Madrid, But full 90 minutes, man, I don't want that. Defending wise, I don't think he can offer. He's not a Hala Madrid. And then on the attack as well, I don't think he's a Fran Garcia. So I don't want to be seeing David Alaba at that left back position. But is Carlo Ancelotti going to be doing that? We will see what happens. But personally, if it was me, this is what my starting 11 would be for Real Madrid. Now, as you can see on the screen now, this is my starting 11. Kylian Mbappe up top, Vinny Jr., Jude Bellingham, Rodrigo. That should be clear. That should be evident. There should be no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I know I might get some calls in the comments below saying, where's Endrick? Let's play Endrick up there. That's not happening. Endrick maybe can come in, and I would like to be seeing Endrick come on, last 10-ish minutes. Whoever's playing the worst of the three. I think Vinny, Kylian Mbappe, or Rodrigo, whoever it is, I think you could put Endrick up top of that striker role and taking off any of those three and kind of adapting it if need be, and I think we could kind of figure it out for that. But when it comes to the rest of them, of course, Jude Bellingham in the midfield. Camavinga and Luka Modric are who I will be putting in the midfield as well. Again, no Tchouaméni, don't really have the option. And then when it comes to Fede Valverde, I have to be putting him at that right back position. And then when it comes to Luka Modric, even though he's 39, 40 years old now, I still think this is a game that we kind of need him in this game too. I would love to be seeing an Arda Güler. I think that may be a case in this game that we could see him. I would probably expect maybe a Brahim Diaz instead to be coming on for this as well. In the back four, Fran Garcia is who I would be having at the left back position. And of course, Rudiger and Raul Asensio have to be starting at that center back position. And again, Fede Valverde at the right back with Thibaut Courtois finally back in that goalkeeper role for Real Madrid. Man, we've really missed Courtois out there. I think sometimes we kind of underappreciate how good Courtois actually is for this Real Madrid team. Now, a couple of different things, and a couple different keys to the game for me in this one. First of all, limit the set piece opportunities. And what you can do by that is limiting some of the dumb fouls we take. I'm looking at you, Camavinga, when I say this. Sometimes, man, we're just reckless when it comes to some of these fouls too. I'm more worried about some of the free kick opportunities instead of the corner kicks. I do think, though, that having Courtois in the back will kind of limit some of the opportunities that they can have in this game if Courtois is actually making saves and not just pushing the ball out to give Arsenal an opportunity. Because every single time Arsenal is going to have a corner kick, going to have a free kick, I will be biting my nails. I will be nervous as hell because I just don't trust this team. It's a combination of two things. Arsenal is very, very good at set-piece opportunities through corner kicks, free kicks, all that. And then Real Madrid just suck. They suck at it so much that I 100% expect at least one, maybe even two goals from Arsenal in both legs from a set piece. I think they're very good at that, and that really worries me. Try to limit that as much as possible, and hopefully we can kind of go into the second game with Tchouaméni back, maybe with the Ceballos back, maybe with a Ferland Mendy back. I actually think that maybe next week we see a better and more complete team for Real Madrid. If we can kind of limit what it is at the Emirates, and maybe we can get out of there with a draw, I think that's a huge win for Real Madrid. The positive, though, again, there's no Gabriel and there's no Havertz out there hitting some of these set pieces. So that is a positive I will be saying about that. The second key to my game, there's no way in hell you can do this. Fede Valverde has to be starting at that right back position. No ifs, ands, or buts. There's no world I can see that Lucas Vazquez gets a start. I think maybe you could bring on a Lucas Vazquez later in the game if we actually need something. I think he actually does offer a lot on the attack, on the counterattack. But instead of bringing him on, playing that right back position, what if we brought him on for like a Luka Modric here and he's playing more of like a right mid, and maybe we drop Jude a little deeper or something like that? I don't know. I'm just maybe trying to find a way that we can get Lucas Vazquez in there if we need to. I still don't want to be bringing him on personally to me. I think Arda Güler should be coming on, and I think Endrick for sure should be coming on as well. And otherwise than that, maybe Alaba. I don't know. We don't really have that many substitute options in this game. So it's going to be very interesting to see, again, maybe Brahim Diaz too. We could be doing that. But again, there's no way in hell you can be putting Lucas Vazquez out there in the starting 11. If we see Lucas Vazquez wearing that armband, being the captain for it, man, it's going to be a long day. And you might as well put 2 on the board for Arsenal if that's the case. The next thing, and this just has to happen, is I need Vinny, Kylian Mbappe, and Rodrigo just to be fantastic. And especially Rodrigo. I think Rodrigo in this game could be the key for Real Madrid, whether we are winning this game or whether we are not. Because again, I think Lewis Skelly might eventually be a very good... I'm clicking on Declan Rice for some reason. Excuse me. I think Lewis Skelly might eventually be a very good right back. But he's He's not the right back. He's not the most fantastic left back in the world. Rodrigo's got to cook him. He's got to cook him on this side. And you got to take advantage, too, of this Kiwi Or guy. I can't say his name. I think the left side's going to be a lot harder with Saliba over there and then Partey coming over with Odegaard and Timber. I think it's going to be harder for Mbappe and for Vinny Jr. I'm not expecting Vinny to have the best game ever, especially if Saliba's over there. Same thing with Kylian Mbappe. You really need some more of this attack to come from that right wing, and I'm looking at Rodrigo. And here's the thing with Rodrigo. He comes clutch in the biggest opportunities. You know, when he sees that star on the soccer ball, football, whatever you want to call it. I'm in America, guys. Don't forget about that sometimes. I forget it sometimes. When he sees it on there, Champions League nights, there's something special about Rodrigo on Champions League nights. I expect Rodrigo to have a huge game for Real Madrid. And again, focus a lot more on the right wing. I think we can kind of take a couple opportunities there. Fede Valverde overlapping with Rodrigo, I think could be a deadly, deadly combination for this Real Madrid team. Now, again, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I want to be super confident about this team. But again, what has been our best win of the season? If you guys haven't let me know in the comments. I'm very curious. Again, I guess I would probably say the Atletico Madrid match where we won, 2-1? Even then, that was our best win against like a elite competition. I don't know. I don't know about this Real Madrid team. And lately, unfortunately, the form that we are in, we're just not in good form, man. We're not in good form, and it really makes me nervous heading into this game. Because when we take a look at the past 5 games for this Real Madrid team, we cannot keep a clean sheet at all. And we're getting close with some of these teams that we shouldn't be. Again, we lost to Atletico Madrid in the Champions League in the first 90 minutes. We was 2-1 against Villarreal. That was a nail biter too. It was 3-2 against Leganes. It was 4-4, but we actually lost in the first 90 minutes against Real Sociedad. And then we just lost against Valencia over the weekend. This is not the Real Madrid team that I've come to love. You know, the expectations coming into the season were sky high for this team. You know, thinking adding Kylian Mbappe to the team that just won Champions League was going to make us better. It might have made us better on FIFA. Unfortunately, we're not playing FIFA. We're playing real life football. And sometimes when you lose somebody as important as Cruz was for this team, when you lose a leader like Danny Carvajal for this team, when you lose backup center backs out there who sometimes start with Militao out there, and when you're missing a Dani Ceballos, when you're missing a Ferland Mendy, man, it eventually kind of comes to bite you in the ass. And unfortunately here, too, the bigger thing than anything is I don't trust Carlo Ancelotti at the end of the day. I don't trust his tactics or lack thereof tactics. And this game is going to be a grind. I think this is going to be a grind game. Again, we are missing so many players coming into this game. And we're going to the Emirates to face off against Arsenal, which will be a hostile environment for Real Madrid. I think Arsenal is good. I don't think they're great. I think there's a lot better teams left in this competition, specifically looking over at a Barcelona, at a Inter Milan, at a PSG, at a Bayern Munich. I think a lot better teams are over there. And I really think the winner of this team is not going to, even if we win this competition in the quarterfinals, we make it to the semifinals, I don't know if we're going to actually learn a lot about this team. But when it comes to the first leg for this game, I think it's going to be a grind. I honestly, they're fantastic on defense. I think Saliba is fantastic. I even think Raya, sometimes he has his moments where he's making incredible stops. I think Declan Rice can be really effective too. The thing with Saka just coming back, I'm not sure that he's going to be the most effective player. Again, I don't expect him to be playing the full 90 minutes for Arsenal coming up this Tuesday. I think leg 2, we're going to learn a lot more about both of these teams. But for the first leg, I think it's going to be a grind, and I will be going with a 1-1 draw for Real Madrid in this one. I hate to say it. I would love a win. I could also see Arsenal winning this game 2-1. I would not be that surprised with either result. I just don't see this Real Madrid team keeping a clean sheet at all, especially, you know, Courtois just coming back to getting thrown in the fire with the set pieces, with the liabilities that we have there. And then lately, other than Kylian Mbappe, Vinny's not been able to find the back of the net. Jude Bellingham has a couple of different times. And then Rodrigo. I'm hoping Rodrigo can kind of step it up and kind of help lead us to a victory against Arsenal. But again, my expectations are not that. I am going, again, with a 1-1 draw. I think Kylian Mbappe gets on the board, and I'm going with a Declan Rice screamer as well. Again, for Real Madrid to draw with Arsenal 1-1 in the first leg of the quarterfinals in the Champions League. Guys, if you agree with me, disagree with me, and I'm hoping. I want you guys to be disagreeing with me. I want you guys to have a little more confidence than I do with this Real Madrid team. I'm just trying to be a realist, guys. But let me know what your official match prediction is in the comments below. If you guys made it to the end of the video, hit that subscribe button, like the video as well. Shout out to all the members. Appreciate you guys all so much. I will chat with you all right after the Real Madrid match. Can't wait to be doing that. Hopefully it is positive vibes only, guys, and hopefully we're walking out of London with a W. That's what I'm hoping for. Also, guys, if you made it to the end of the video, if you guys can, give me a little go Gators. We're playing in the national title tonight in basketball. I'm really hoping we win that one as well. That's going to kind of change my mood, but I'm hopeful. But, guys, let me know in the comments. Subscribe again if you're new. Like the video as well. Guys, Dally with Dallyfc. Cheers. Hala Madrid.